I know why you're killing all of your plants. And it's because at some point, the internet told you succulents are so easy. But they're super duper not, and I'm gonna tell you why as fast as I can so that you can get all of the information you need to keep your succulents alive in this TikTok. This is called attenuation or whatever the fuck it's called. It means that they're stretching out because they're not getting enough light and they're reaching for the light, and they're supposed to be all nice and compact like little rosettes. And then when they're not getting like 6 hours of direct sunlight, they get really mad. But then other plants need to be introduced slowly to sunlight, very slowly, because otherwise they're going to start to burn and crisp up. And actually, some of them don't want direct sunlight at all, but no one tells you which is which. Also, when people say they're easy, they actually just mean you can ignore them for a long time and not water them, and they will not die. Do not water them until they get wrinkly, or they will die. They're also extremely susceptible to root rot, so you need to water them, wait a week, repot them, and then wait a week before you water them, because if you disturb the roots at all and then get them wet, they will rot out immediately, which is why they all...
Here's something you might not know about jalapenos. First of all, like most peppers, they get ripe and turn red. We usually just eat them when they're nice and green, like this. Second, you might be wondering what these little white marks are. When a jalapeno matures, the skin kind of just stops developing, but the interior can still keep growing. So if you dump a bunch of water in the pot or there's a heavy rain, the interior will start pushing out against the skin, which causes it to split and causes these stretch marks, is basically what they are. So this one's a little bit overripe, but we'll still harvest it and make some salsa. Like and follow for more gardening tips. So we have a standard Spanish lavender right here. And then as you take the side shoots off, it starts to look like this as you just leave the top growth. And if you just let that process continue and you keep snipping it off, check this out. But then look at this, the final product, which is the lavender tree, which looks absolutely amazing. And you can see hundreds of them right here. Beautiful pollinator plant, probably making its way out to a big box store somewhere, a local nursery, but just a really cool way to prune and train these lavender. So this is lettuce, right? But this is also lettuce. So we eat the leaves, the vegetation of lettuce, but when it wants to create a seed, it does something called bolting. That's where it starts to put out a little seed head and make baby lettuce seeds for the next generation. How to grow potatoes from potatoes. So potatoes have a bottom and they have a top. There are these things called eyes that will sprout shoots like this. So when you want to grow a potato, you would plant it with the shoots facing up. Now pretend this one's in the pot. You'd cover with soil to about there. Then these shoots start to grow up like this until eventually they would come out of the top of the pot. Okay, you're probably wondering now, where does the new potato even come from? Well, in the distance in the soil between here and the top of the pot, new potatoes will form. And they'll come out like that, like that, like that, which is why every potato has something like this on the bottom, because that's where this connected to it. Each seed potato you plant usually makes like 5 to 12 new potatoes. As you can tell, I kind of like potatoes, guys. Just look at that smile. If you've been watching me for a while, you know what these plants are. So this is a dragon fruit cutting, and this is how I make more of them. Cut one off, stick it in the soil, put it in a kind of shady area for a little bit, and look at that, new growth. This one even grew some horns.
So I've been trying to save this bamboo plant, and I'm kind of excited because it's been like a couple weeks and we have roots. Oh, it's gonna be okay. Yay. My bamboo's gonna be okay, and I'm excited. You guys, look at this. This is our first like really big loofah. We've been growing them for what feels like forever now. This is the first one, but it was small. We ended up cutting it in half. But look at him. Oh my goodness. And we have so many more, but they're not ripe yet or ready. Here, I'll show you. Hold on. Look at all of these. We have so many more loofahs. They're just not ready yet. Ah, I'm so excited. Yes.
Don't forget to always water your newly planted plants. There's the cilantro. And then I got my habanero all the way over there. I hope it's getting it. What do you guys like to do with your leftover food that you haven't finished? I like to put it into my garden. So I like to dig up the soil just a little bit around my plants, pour in my leftovers, and then cover it right back up again.
What's up, guys? I just thought I would drop a little plant knowledge on you real quick. So, in case you didn't know, it's been scientifically proven that the more you sing and say nice things to plants, the bigger they get. Now, this is my morning routine for this big guy right here, so feel free to copy my technique. I love you!
Step 1, rake out all the crap. Step 2, dig out your hole. Step 3, mix in some garden soil. Pop it in and break up the sides. Pack it down. And then you stick in the info tag.
Hi growers, today we're talking about the importance of good light when your seeds are small. These are started under a Agro LED 8-bulb light, and they are doing awesome. They're staying nice and short with good sets of leaves, but you can really see that in the squash. They're less than a finger length tall. They all have really nice leaves, and they're ready to be transplanted already after just 3 or 4 days. Compared to only giving your seeds a single bulb T5 light, which you can see they're extremely stocky. They're actually taller than my finger. And while they do look fine, these guys are going to fall over. Oh, yep, exactly like that, because they're reaching and they're looking for that good light. The more light you can give them when they're small, the better they're going to do. If you have questions, drop a note in the comments and we will get back to you. Thanks so much for watching.
Time to plant my habaneros. Dig a hole, mix in some garden soil, make a hole for it to fit, break apart the outside, cover with some dirt, and then you stick in the tag.
These things are so old, I'm basically chiseling away at them. I don't like to waste good dirt. Goodbye, old girl. Don't worry, I felt so bad that I used the best new growth on each of the plants and root starter to start a fresh new pot. That way it's like I get to keep a little bit of each of them. By the way, I have about a 50% success rate on that process, so wish me luck and I'll check back on those. Rest in peace, my girls. Rest in peace. It was too dark to show you last night, but all done. And there's that one. I've learned over the years that sometimes in life you just need a fresh start in order to improve your perspective on life.
Why do we keep doing that? Like, it's going this way. Like, no, I'm fucking trying to straighten it down. This shit keep going like, whoop. Like, no, go do. What the fuck?
So this is my garden. Peppers, Roma tomato, chili pepper, strawberries, tons of lemons, Chinese apple, fig, and millions of peaches.
Do you guys like to grow your own herbs? I'm growing some Thai chili peppers right here. This is my lemongrass. I have passion fruit over there. This is a Vietnamese vegetable that I don't know the name of, honestly. And my basils.
Garden tour. Monstrous tomatoes, Roma's yellow and brandy wine. Cayenne pepper, tomatillos, and eggplant. Asparagus, corn, pumpkins, flowers for the bees, onions, turnips, beets, potatoes, and peas, patty pan squash, yellow crookneck, and zucchini, scarlet runner beans, acorn squash, spaghetti squash, carnival squash, and another pumpkin with celery. Peppers, watermelon, tons of herbs, endless blackberries.
The first
child has sprouted. Just look at that little guy. Aww. What is this? We have two! Yas! Grow, my children, grow!
There we go. I got mulch on my chilies, mulch on this plant that I don't know the name of, mulch around my basil, my mint, my cilantro, my passion fruit, and my lemongrass. I just needed to get rid of all this crap.